Welcome to the Center on Technology and Disability series on technology implementation strategies that work. This video is part of Unit 2, Get Ready. In Video 1, we help answer the question, what is your starting point for making decisions regarding technology for your district or school? The goals or outcomes of this unit are to provide strategies for you to assess the readiness of your district or school to enhance technology implementation, define the current status of technology use by teachers, and begin planning for how you will enhance your technology initiatives. In this video, we focus on ways to assess readiness, define your current status of technology use, and provide guidance on how to use the Edtech Locator to support your work. Please check out the second video in this unit to explore leadership team roles and processes for establishing effective communication among team members and key stakeholders. A critical first step to implementation planning is assessing readiness in your school or district. To plan successfully, you must recognize where you are and where you want to go to accomplish your goals. The information you learn during this initial step can guide decisions throughout the planning phase and ensure you are addressing the unique needs and building on the strengths within your context. Part of assessing readiness is getting a sense of the current technology landscape in your school. As with teaching, there is no one-size-fits-all approach to school-wide technology implementation. Schools have demonstrated success with a wide range of approaches to technology implementation, from one-to-one computing to bring your own device, to interactive whiteboards and rolling laptop carts. Each model of technology usage has its own benefits and challenges. Identifying your approach allows you to gauge the amount of resources currently invested in classroom technologies and the prevalence of these technologies across the school. It will provide a sense of what your staff thinks about the current role of technology in instruction. From this foundation, you will create your plan for enhancing technology implementation in the building and technology integration in the classroom. In the following slides, we introduce ways to implement technology in classrooms. One-to-one, which is a computer for every student. These computing models are exactly like they sound. One computer, laptop, or tablet per student in the class. Please pause the video on each of the next several slides as needed to review information. A Bring Your Own Device, or BYOD, has recently emerged as one approach to getting technology into the hands of every student. It shares many of the same benefits as one-to-one computing models, with the additional benefit of being more cost-effective for schools than purchasing a device for every student. Mixed devices. While some schools implement the same device, platform, and operating system in every classroom or computer lab, many schools today are opting for the mixed device models. In these models, the district supports BYOD policies for middle and high school students, but not at the elementary level. A school might determine each classroom will have 3 tablets, 4 classroom computers, and 2 e-readers. Mobile laptop carts, or computer workstations, which is 4 or 5 computers in the back of the classroom or in the hallway just outside the classroom, provide students with increased access to computers, which is in comparison with spending time in a computer lab once or twice per week, and introduce technology into the classroom and day-to-day instruction. Some schools provide 1 laptop cart for every classroom on a 2-to-1 model, which is 2 students sharing a single laptop, while others share 1 laptop cart across multiple classrooms. Identifying your approach allows you to gauge resources currently invested in school and classroom technologies and the prevalence of technology use around the school. You can define your current technology status by using our Edtech Locator. After assessing your current technology landscape, you will want to assess the expertise and needs of your staff to identify areas for professional development and capacity building. The Edtech Locator is a free tool that you can use to assess the readiness of your teachers, administrators, technology coordinators, and professional development coordinators for technology implementation school-wide. Based on responses, users are provided with a description of their current technology, implementation stage, which could be early, development, or target, and are provided planning documents for enhancing implementation efforts. As you gather, organize, and review the data on your current technology landscape and staff capacity to support technology integration and implementation, here's a few questions to consider. What technology tools are available in our district or school? How are teachers currently using these tools? What more could staff be doing? What more can be done to maximize use? Which approaches are we using? One-to-one computing? Bring your own devices? Rolling laptop carts? Computer labs? What works? What needs to be improved? What other approaches could meet our needs? What are the benefits and challenges? What professional development opportunities do staff need to be more effective in integrating technology into instruction? How will technology purchases and maintenance be budgeted? Once you have gathered information about your current technology landscape and assessed your staff's readiness, you will be prepared to begin developing your step-by-step plan to guide technology implementation efforts. As with any new program or policy, increasing the use of technology in your district or school will require an implementation plan that clearly articulates your vision, sets short and long-term goals, and identifies specific action steps that facilitate the realization of goals. Paying attention to the implementation process, how you will initiate, integrate, and maintain technology use in your school setting, is as critical as selecting the devices that students will use and the instructional strategies teachers will practice. In the implementation plan, you will devise your strategy, evaluate your progress, and make any necessary changes to ensure you successfully achieve the desired outcomes of instructing with technology. This is an increase in student achievement, higher levels of student engagement, and personalization of student learning. In essence, the implementation process involves coordinated change at the system, organization, program, and practice levels. This is a multi-year process, guided by a shared vision, and is most successful when the leadership team has thoughtfully built in an infrastructure of support for the initiative and has developed professional learning opportunities to build collective capacity. Although recommendations throughout the field of implementation science vary in terms of the number or stages or phases to consider, and there is not consistency in terminology used to represent each stage, implementation models possess a number of common core elements. Key elements represented in most implementation and school change frameworks highlight the importance of, number 1, a planning phase, 2, an implementing phase, and 3, a scaling up or sustaining phase. An implementation plan is typically a multi-year process that includes planning, implementing, monitoring, and evaluating progress, rethinking, more planning, adapting, and meeting the needs of the stakeholders in your context. Implementation activities are purposeful, and they are defined through a series of concrete, detailed action steps. Specifically, we define technology implementation as the set of activities designed by the leadership team to facilitate the use of technology throughout classroom instruction. Some questions to consider are, what's your current approach for technology implementation? What technology do you currently have? How is it being used? What data do you need to assess success of technology implementation? Do you want to do something different? What is it? Why make the change? What are the potential benefits and costs? This concludes Video 1. What's your starting point? Please continue to use the Center on Technology and Disability to learn more about how your district and school can make successful decisions about technology.